Hi, everybody. Mondion Astral Oracles. Before we check in with our Arcturian friends in the ninth dimension and main man Umblam to get the energy update for August 2023, I'll just share something about what's going on with me and the practice. And the transmission is called Installing Higher States of Order. And I can tell that it is as if this channeling practice is also moving me to a place where I still want to work with it, and I feel very invested in it, but in a different way and from a different perspective. Partially, it seems as though a lot of the information that I'm receiving is coming from a higher dimensional source. So the 11th and 12th dimensions seem to be very active in the frequencies and vibrancies I connect to at the moment. Also, I can tell that there's this tendency within me to really want to separate the wheat from the chaff, and by that I'm pointing to the circumstance that since spirituality is a higher state of order that encompasses everything, you can uncover it as an aspect of everything. And in our era, that means that the thing that we're most likely to come across, especially in these modern information sharing formats such as YouTube, um, is the most marketable aspects of spirituality. And the most marketable aspects of spirituality are versions or using spirituality to answer the questions, or the fundamental question, how do I get mine? And how do I get mine usually refer to people striving for, wanting either or money, sex, power, and fame. They're fairly simple recipes for all these things. If you want money, then establish an income, spend less than you make, take the surplus and invest it in things that will yield a profit. Don't increase your spending, and you will be affluent at some point. That's a promise. If you want sex, you want partnership, exercise, eat well, develop a passion for something that you find interesting, that will make you appealing to other people. If you want fame or recognition, try to get good at something that is difficult and then keep at it. And if you want power, just seek out a situation where you have a disproportionate amount of influence on the content of the situation that you share with other people, which is of course why people who are very power oriented, they drift towards law enforcement, schooling, nursing, politics, um, uh, religion for that matter, simply because that's where that's attainable. So all of these things are very, very simple, and you can use a lot of time romanticizing them and thinking like manifestation principles and all, but notice that it just requires some discipline, and then go do that, and you'll be fine. But where I'm still, of course, very interested in using it to connect others to themselves, in helping people through crisis, helping people to live their best lives, and helping them to grow in their sense of belonging, connection, and love, for lack of a better word. I'm also quite interested in using it to help people through crises, and that's, I can also tell, is something that I'd love to try to get back to the drawing board and map out like what are the interesting formats at the moment for me to work in this, and are there also ways where I can make scalable payment models or only take donations or something. So I feel like I can actually go by the intuition that the people who need the help are getting it, and others who may actually be in places where they maybe also just need that push to be a little more self-reliant in their spiritual work, that they get that. So I think I'll try to go back to the drawing board. I won't be doing live stream Q&As anymore, because I think they really lend themselves to that format of oh, how can I get something out of this thing for myself in this life. And if you want that, you need to kind of put resources in the machine and make an appointment, so I can take those resources and forward them on to the work I do here. So I think those are kind of the ways I am with my practice. I may also try to steal myself a little from making YouTube videos, but I know it's often just I get kind of animated by a lot of this stuff, and really then feel drawn to bring out channelings and everything. So let's see where it takes us. But regardless, it's a deeply wonderful experience to connect to so many other seekers and beautiful hearts on this journey. So thank you for being with me on it, and thank you for walking your path. Much love. Now let's turn it over to our Arcturian friends. Hello, dear human beings. Here, from the ninth dimension, from a core of existence where things exist in pure and radiant vibrancy, immediate connection. Here we transmit this connective love from the center of our energetic heart to your energetic heart, to this center that runs this system of connection within you. Often the term illusion is used to describe some of these lesser or disparate, separate, or even segregated states that you sometimes stumble upon and find yourself in an experience. You feel that your body is disconnected. It may hurt, but you don't know what to do with it. You may feel that your mind is running wild, but you can't really get it to settle on the things that you actually like to think about. You may feel that it is as if energy is just not really working out for you. All of this points to a lesser degree of connectivity within these respective systems. And therefore, these respective systems, they become in that way magnified in experience. One of them becomes disproportionate to the others. And this is illusory. This is not sustainable. This takes a part out of the whole and then blows the part up to the size of the whole, and thereby it establishes the part instead of the whole as the thing experience latches onto. In that way, there is a sense of stuck energy to it. There is a sense of stuck or condensation in the nervous system of the body. There is a sense of the mind not being connected to the discernment of divine will. You can will yourself into taking a step back and then seeing all these parts as interconnected in a whole that eludes you. So you let this whole be the framework that surrounds you. You let this whole be the exact platform that you know is not brittle. It is not made of parts that break away. It is solid state. It is foundational. And it is from there that you are able to hop skip up to higher states of order. From platform to platform, then you go. And consider that the platforms are all embedded within that whole. You rise up to more subtle plateaus. You rise up to things that are elevated, but they are still balanced on the ground below. You do not soar into heights where you might all of a sudden catch vertigo and then feel yourself coming crashing to the ground. Rather, you feel that this elevation is a part of the continual integration of the whole into one interconnected, undividable sense of reality at large. This is why reality at large is not illusory, because it cannot be broken down into pieces. It is a unified principle, and therefore it is primary. So often you arrive to the symbol of the perfect circle, to the motif of home and back again, to the cycle of life itself, because beginning from the whole, you return to wholeness. As above, so below. This happens for you every day. You rise from your bed and you return to your bed. You rise from sleep and you return to sleep. You rise from a dream and you go on to dream another dream in the same elusive state of wonder, in the spirit of discovery that underpins your incarnation here. Why would you dream at night if you weren't intent on showing yourself unknown wonders, unknown experiences, living through sensations that were worthwhile having, feeling, moving through you? The whole is then already here, and so the parts are like vents or sluices. They are funnelings of a totality of energy into smaller flows. They are like ripples in the greater current. This is the magic that will is able to perform at will. It can choose to take out a detailed, nuanced part, and it can let this part then become distinct, seen in the way it interacts with the whole. We know this may be difficult for your way of thinking to keep up with, that we are speaking of these concepts in two quite opposing ways. Why is one part illusion and another part is magic? Well, are they fitted into connectivity? Do they serve something outside of themselves? Is there a place for the energy that you amplify to go and transform and to rejoin the current from that place of transformation? Or will the part fall away, be taken out of the whole, be subtracted from it, thereby leaving a broken state, a state to be mended? You know this very well from different layers of your experience. And this is why you understand that pursuing the energy of fear, this fundamental energy, is pursuing the states of separation. It is pursuing the amplification of things within a separated flow of energy. Therefore, its emotional residues are also those of anxiety, of greed, of doubt. Whereas in the energy of love, you are allowing something to arrest your attention. You allow its own inherent energy, its own signature, to reveal itself to you. And you see how this individual expression is an expression of wider wonders that are shared within the wider cosmos. This is how you feel that your prayers are answered by the great unknown. This is why trust, faith, and indeed even fortune, the idea that good luck flows to the one who trusts in reality to provide it, these are the hallmarks of the loving relationship to the world. And you may be feeling in these hop skips that the fear is sometimes there as you move from platform to platform. There may be the sensation that you cannot quite trust, that you may feel you are being taken out of the hole. And then you reach this new platform of love. So do notice when you process your emotional states and observe them, that these dark glimpses, these states of separation, they last for shorter intervals than they used to in your life. And now the platforming of love, the ascension to a higher order, the moving upwards into states of greater interconnection, that these are more foundational. These are the fundamental frequencies in your life. And as you move upwards, you will find that the platforms become steps. And in our reality, we are no longer rushing up the stairs. We are no longer in a hurry to follow the steps to the top. We are just enjoying the view and relishing this beautiful path that we have walked, this trail that we have moved through to come to a view on the mountain where everything is solidly grounded, where the roots reach down deep, deep into these deep foundations, this core of being. This will be your experience in August, that you move on to these platforms, these higher states of order, are becoming more apparent to you. And as they do, enjoy the details that are there. Take a look around at the plateau that you are now standing and make sure to take in its wonders, to take in its happy aspects. On each plateau, new beings live, new forms of life reveal themselves, new explorations can be made, new wonders can be discovered. Enjoy your voyage to the stars, one incline at the time. I, Umblam, of the ninth dimensional Arcturian Council, on behalf of all of the Arcturian Council and all of your galactic brethren, I transmit our deep, unyielding, supportive, unconditional love. I transmit our gratitude for connecting to us in vibrancy, and I transmit our fascination and enjoyment of what you are and the becoming that we observe through you. With love, have a wonderful August. Farewell. I hope that reached you well. Have a wonderful August indeed.